Hey everybody, it's me, Remy the Comic Book Poser. I'm here today to welcome you to Enter the Poserverse. It's been a minute since I've done an NFT related video, and a lot of y'all know that is a space that I've become more interested and more active in. And today, I'm going to talk about a new project which is going to mint tomorrow. That's Tuesday, December 6th. So to figure out what in the hell's going on in Lot 22, y'all check it out after this. Alright, so I've been intrigued by the new coming Lot 22 NFT project for a couple of months now that the founder behind it, Shark, has been slowly building up hype for a lot of different reasons. And this is the project that I think, in terms of looking at things that either matter to you if you are someone who is into, you know, cool PFP projects, or projects that have game elements, or projects that have the ability to generate, you know, some kind of passive income. This is one of these projects that has the capacity to do all three of those things. The other reason why I'm excited about this project is it's a project under the umbrella of the Voodoo Aces cartel. So if you've not seen the dope original voodoo dolls, that I'll try and remember to put one on either side of my head. If you've seen the Voodoo Labs stuff that I've been sharing on Twitter, the more anime style oriented NFTs, and then Lot 22, which is, like I said, minting tomorrow, has a lot of very interesting components that I kind of wanted to break it down and see if I could get as many people excited about or interested in this project as I am. In looking at kind of the first phase of Lot 22's roadmap, you can see kind of the different things that they are trying to check off the lists. First stop on the roadmap was to secure a veteran partnership, which is something that I think is very, very cool. That, you know, while I have not been a member of the military myself, I've talked in the past about, you know, being born or being raised in a largely military community. You know, my father worked for the Department of Defense for almost 35 years as a civilian after he retired from the military. That as we are seeing, you know, more and more of our veterans looking for the next phase of life after either after being active duty, after, you know, retirement from the military, that some of them are looking for what to do next. And something that's been very interesting to me is looking at the number of veteran projects, or the number of veterans who are interested in becoming more engaged in the Web3 space. So the partnership that Lot 22 has secured is with the project Military Finance, where 22% of all of the proceeds from minting go directly from Lot 22 to Military Finance as a donation, and then an additional 8% of the funds generated by the mint is going to be used to both buy and stake the token that Military Finance offers to its holders and its community. The second element of the roadmap is to kind of create the story of the Lot 22 universe, or kind of the art for the different NFTs that are generated. And I'm very intrigued by, you know, you look at the NFTs and you see, you know, somebody in military gear, and then these, you know, almost trailer park boys at times looking aliens. And the story behind the aliens versus the special forces is that the aliens may have been on this planet for some time and we just missed it, but they are ready to get turned. They are ready to throw a massive party, and it's going to apparently become quite destructive. And as someone who, you know, buys an NFT or several NFTs to, you know, participate in the project, you have the ability of minting either aliens or special forces characters, and the question becomes who do you end up fundamentally supporting? Which side of the inevitable conflict do you end up on? Are you part of the, you know, hard rockin' aliens, or are you part of the special forces who may be boring and square and anti-party, but they want to stop the savage destruction of an alien party from happening? And I'm just kind of intrigued by that, and knowing that this is a project that eventually is going to have a comic book element, it seems like a very fun kind of universe that can be explored in terms of getting the backgrounds of both of the factions. And, you know, I think they both have the ability in a broader story arc to both play hero or villain. The next two steps on the roadmap are things that are either are also completed or happening on Tuesday. The ERC 1115, I'm pretty sure that's the language to say they'll have the smart contract. I'm still, you know, a novice and definitely a poser in understanding some of the elements of, you know, Web3 terminology. And then what really starts to get things moving forward is, you know, launching the mint on December 6th. The mint is, I think, 0.012 ETH if you are on the whitelist, and then by, I think it's Thursday, when the public mint opens up, I think it's 0.022 ETH per token. So you're looking, you know, roughly $15 to $20 per NFT, based on the you know, the price of Ethereum on any given day. But I'm definitely a big fan of the art in terms of both the aliens and the special forces. And this project, once you mint, I believe the number is 52. Every 52 mints will then generate the reveal of the tokens that were minted during that time period. So you may have a slight delay from mint to reveal, but it shouldn't be a terribly long time. The other thing that I think is very interesting and kind of maybe shows some of the thinking in terms of what each of these characters look like is knowing that if you mint an alien, it will have some kind of, you know, defined role or like kind of faction-ish element where they can be a ranged attacker, they can be a brute, they can be a medic, they can be an intellectual, they can be one of 9 different things. And then if you look at the special forces, you see the array of, you know, stars and bars that will show progression through the different military rankings. And both of these have the possibility of changing based on the number of NFTs that you hold of either the alien or the special forces, and I'll come talk about that in another second. The other thing that I like, knowing what you can kind of get from these different mints, is seeing the collection breakdown ahead of time, right? That normally... Hello? Yes. Okay. Okay, I just need, like, less than 5 minutes. That... What? Yeah, I'm almost done. But one of the things that I was very intrigued to see was that the project shared out the statistics of what types or the rarity of different characteristics, classifications, those kinds of things from the mint. And I think it's interesting to see this kind of breakdown on the front end, because if you are, attempting to mint a specific item or a specific characteristic, then maybe you can be nerdy and do some of the back-end math to try and figure out, what your chances are of minting a particular, classification. Aside from being intrigued by the story, the other thing that really kind of draws me to this project is some of the utilities that this project offers to its holders. And in terms of the utilities offered by Lot 22, there are a couple of things that really kind of draw me in as somebody who is kind of bridging the collection between, the physical comic book collection space and then the non-fungible, buying the JPEGs on the internet. And in looking at all of the information that they've provided publicly, there are 3 particular utilities that excite me about this project. The first is if you hold a particular number of NFTs, you can work with the Lot 22 team and other partners to the project to build art, right? That if I wanted to write my own comic book, but I don't think I have the skill set to do that, I can basically put together a short story arc and offer some insight on the front end, and they can help either teach me the steps to go through the creation of that, or they can create it for me and help connect me to a market space. The second item that I think is very, very interesting as well becomes a merchandising element. So the goal becomes, right, to hold squads of aliens or special forces, and as your battalions swell in numbers, you can get things like a barracks. But eventually you have the ability to redesign some of either the symbols that you saw denoting different, like the intelligences or the skills that either of the characters can have when they are minted, or the stars and bars from the military, right? You can augment those to create your own ranking logos or your own flag, your own, branded materials through the project that you can then sell merchandise from through their website. And that's something that I think, looking at the roadmap, the goal is for that to happen down the road sometime next year. There's also a comic book in the works that your characters will be, intellectual property used in that project. There is a game coming down the road. And I think one of the other items that I saw is some eventual staking of either your NFT to generate some kind of token, or you earn a token that you can stake to a pool, right, to generate some kind of passive income. In addition to those 3 things, the other thing that I really, really like about this project is some of their elements to educate individuals into the Web3 space. And 2 of the classes that they've announced have been a cybersecurity bootcamp. So if you are relatively new to the Web3 space, you want to do things like invest in cryptocurrencies, you trade cryptocurrencies, participate in NFTs, then there is a class that they are building to help give you the skill set to be able to survive, the decentralized economy that comes with Web3. The other thing that they have is access to a bunch of different talent who has worked for a variety of comic book publishers, where, they've announced in February they will be having a class on lettering your own comic book, but in conversations that I've had with Shark, it makes it sound like whatever you are interested in, from, the creation of physical or digital art, of creating comics, of wanting to learn anything adjacent to the skill set that the project creatives have, they'll be willing to create a class and teach you to do some of those things. I'm very excited about this project, and I am going to, for anybody who likes this video and comments on it, I will put you on a random wheel, the random comment picker kind of thing, and I'll give away one of 3 different things from the winners to get picked. I will either give a Voodoo Labs NFT. The second thing that I will give away is an original Poserverse NFT that I'm playing with coding and generative art and that kind of stuff, and did some things with my older logo. So you can get one of those. Or the third thing that I will give away, the grand prize of this, will be a revealed Lot 22 NFT that I will have minted myself to share with you all. So I'm very excited. If you have any questions about the project, feel free to comment down below. Or on Tuesday night, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, is when they are having a live mint party / Twitter space where a bunch of either partners to the project or friends of the project are coming out to kind of hang and celebrate the mint and things like that. And I am participating in the mint party, and I think the time that I'm on to just kind of chat about things is, I think, 6:30 Central. I should have written that down with some of my other notes, but you know how scatterbrained I can be at times. But come join the stream. You can check out the tweet that I've got linked in the description down below. That will be a link to that and an additional giveaway that I'm doing in addition to the project or partner projects in and of itself. So I'm really excited. I hope that we can see the potential of this project, and you all become as excited about it as I do. And as always, y'all, thanks for stopping by, and have a good one.